Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are back with a series playing chess every day until I'm 2500. As you can see, currently we are in stats on chess.com because now if I go to last 7 days, you can see that I gained over 60 rating points in 7 days. And now my last rating is 2318, which is so close to my all-time high, which is 2350. And in this video, guys, I want to show you two games that I played against 2300 rated opponents, and I destroyed them both with crazy accuracy. You can see it on the thumbnail and in the name of the video. I had 99% accuracy with 2700 elo performance. It is crazy. I'll probably repeat it as well. And as you can see in my game history, first game we played against this guy, which was 2300 rated, and let's take a look. And on game review you can see in this game, guys, I had 99% accuracy. That is insane, and my game rating elo performance was 2700. It is a super good game. I need to show you guys this one. So I started off with e4, and I'll just change the scenes so it's easier to follow, with e4, and he went for c5. Now I go knight to c3, the close Sicilian, because it has great attacking potential. He went for g6, and now I go for f4, bishop g7, knight to f3. This is all book moves, standard. And now he goes knight to c6. And here I took a little gamble. I went bishop to b5, which is still a book move. But now if black finds black finds first knight to d4, then he attacks my bishop, and the position isn't all that good for white. But if he plays like this line, then I can just take the knight and he takes back, and I can play d3. I got rid of this white squared bishop, and now I don't care. I castle, I can create a wall of pawns like this, and this bishop isn't really stuck behind all of these pawns. Now I castle, he castles, and I go queen to e1, trying to maneuver my queen to the h4 square. He goes now bishop to g4, and I continue queen to h4, and he takes. And I was here immediately happy and also confused. Why is he letting me attack him so good? Like, he's playing in a way that I want him to play. You know, when your opponent is playing every move that you are hoping for. This is exactly that. And here he went for d5, attacking in the center. But also I like that I now play e5, I kick away his knight, and I also close down the center. It's the perfect way for me to play. For him to play for my ideas. When he goes back, I go rook to h3, and I'm threatening to checkmate him right then and then. It is 13th move, and I'm threatening to checkmate him. He defends with h6. But for the people in my Discord, you've seen this puzzle, and this is the answer to this puzzle. You play f5, I gambit this pawn, and if he takes this pawn, the point is I open my bishop, and I break through on the h-file, and I'm threatening to checkmate him. Very simple. He took this pawn, which is actually the line that I calculated, and now I take on h6. And here I also calculated that he will play e6, which he did. As I said, this 2300 is playing exactly as I want him to play. Now I calculated I go bishop to g5, and he has to go f6 because I'm threatening to checkmate him and also attack his queen. He has to play f6 to create room for his king, but now I leave this bishop hanging and I play pawn takes g6. And if he were to take this bishop, he again gets checkmated. So he has to take this pawn with the knight, but now I go queen to h7 check, and when he goes here, I go bishop to h6. And here my opponent resigned the game. I beat a 2300 rated guy on chess.com in 19 moves with 99% accuracy. This is crazy, guys. It's so crazy. I cannot even believe it. He resigned here because This bishop is now hanging, and if he were to defend it like this, I go rook g3. Now this knight is hanging, and if the knight moves, the bishop falls, and it is clearly so easy to win this game. If he takes, I take, he goes king here, I go rook here, and it's pretty much over. He cannot even develop because he loses this rook as well, and it's pure chaos from there. It's crazy, guys. I with this game, I'm just so surprised. It was such a nice game, such nice accuracy. And okay, now let's move to the other game. The other game I played was this game against also a guy from Brazil who was 2300 at the time or around that. And if we do a game review on this game, as you can see, my accuracy here was 94% with 2650 Elo performance. Also a great game. As you can see, I did not make any mistakes, misses or blunders, only the best moves. Let's take a look here. And I will change scenes so you can focus more. I opened with e4 and he went for French defense. I went d4, he went d5. This is normal for French defense, and here I played knight c3. This is the line that I like to play, and against knight to f6, I push and I take this big center. I mean, I just support the big center. That's the correct way to say it. After c5, I develop my knight, I develop my bishop, and I develop my queen. And here it is important, I'm waiting for him to move this bishop once. And now I take here, so I'm trying to make him take once again with the bishop, so he wastes one tempo. He took with the bishop, which is what I wanted. I traded off, he took, and now I went bishop to d3. The idea of bishop to d3 is to let him take my bishop, but then my queen gets centralized, and it will just, I will get rid of this annoying knight. That's all of it. He went h6. I cannot really understand this move. I did a long castle, now he goes g6, and once I saw this, I was immediately confused, because why are you weakening your king like this? I teach beginners at chess. I mean, when I teach beginners at chess, I mean, this was just a statement, I teach beginners at chess. Okay, when I teach beginners at chess, I always say, don't push the pawns in front of your castle, it's bad, don't do it. I always say that. By the way, guys, if you want to get trained by me, send me a message. I will soon do a promotion when I will say that I'm a chess coach. I've been doing it for 2 years already, and I will coach you guys online as well, if you want to. So this is bad, because now I go g4, and this whole side is weak. He goes queen to a5, he's trying to attack me, of course, but it doesn't really matter. I move my king, and with this he was trying to attack me too hard. Now I can play knight to e4, I let him take a trade of the queens. First he trades the knights, and then the queens, and as you can see, d4 was a mistake, because now this pawn went too far, and it has no friends that will defend it. So on the next move he loses the exact same pawn. He takes, I take, and here I just have a steady advantage of 2. One point of that advantage is because I have an extra pawn on c-file, and the other point of advantage is because I have more active pieces. He goes rook to d8, I go rook to d1, he trades, I take. And here you can see why I have the other point of advantage. He cannot really develop. He loses, if he tries to develop like this, he loses the rook, like this he loses a pawn. He tries like this, which is weird. I push with my first pawn. I mean, with the pawn that has no opposites. I also teach this to beginners. You push the pawn that is passed pawn, that has no opposites, then the other pawn, because if you were to start pushing like this, maybe they can play here and be annoying. I mean, white is still better, but it's always important to go with the pawn that has no opposites. He went a5, I brought in my king like this and put my rook back with one idea, guys. I took a look in this position and asked myself, how do I progress? How? And I found a weakness in my opponent's position, and that is the h6 pawn. And I realized, okay, if I go back and then go here, who is guarding this pawn? No one. He tried pushing like this, and if I were to take, he takes. But I realized after I take and take, I again attack it, and it will fall. He cannot really defend it. He went rook to b4, and once I take this pawn, now he goes b5. If I take, I lose my bishop, but obviously I will not do that. I play b3, just protecting. He takes, I take. And now I'm up 2 pawns, and I have many passed pawns. This is a passed pawn, this is a passed pawn, this is a passed pawn. And I also have more active pieces. That's why I have advantage of 5. Now I go h4, again advancing with the pawn that is passed, I mean that has no opposites, that is free to go. That's what you need to do. He plays rook here, he's trying to stop it, but I still push. Now he goes here with the bishop, doing some weird stuff. Now we had a conversation here. We didn't have a conversation here, but we had a conversation over the board. I said to him, okay, you are gonna use your rook to stop this pawn, but then who's gonna stop this pawn? So now he went rook to b8, trying to fight on this side of the board, but then we again had a conversation. I said, okay, you can stop this pawn on the c file, but who's gonna stop this pawn? So I pushed that pawn, and then the conversation ended, and that was it. So with that, he just realized he cannot guard on both sides. If he tries to guard this, I will push here. And my next move is to go rook to g8 to win the game. So he would have to go king f8, but then I just push c6. And you can see here, black really cannot defend this position. And with that, we reach our new Elo Peak of 2320. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it because the games are really good. I really enjoy playing and making this series for you guys. And let's get to 2500. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.